What is next for the Toronto Raptors? It has been 4 years since the Raps brought home their first NBA title, and now fans are going to have to wait at least one more season for a shot at another one.
I don't think there's any good way to lose a playing game, and certainly, the way we did it was a head scratcher. So, yes, it's a tough season.
Oof, you can see that season on his face. The team fell to the Chicago Bulls 109-105 in the play-in game, ending their shot at sneaking into the NBA playoffs. And with rumors that head coach Nick Nurse might be moving on, the question on Raptors fans' minds is, where does the team go from here? So helping us answer that this morning is Aaron Rose. He covers the Raptors for Sports Illustrated. Welcome to your morning.
Thank you for having me on.
Okay, that press conference yesterday, there was a lot of sad, a lot of down faces. What stood out to you?
I think that this organization is at a pivot point right now, and we're heading into an offseason that might have some changes. As you mentioned, an organization that is not far removed from a championship, but might have a new coach next season, might have a few new players, a lot of free agents. So it's a big summer for this organization. Yeah,
tell me why you feel like this could be the summer of change for Nick Nurse.
There are already rumors about his future with the team. Obviously a very successful coach, but is he heading to Houston? He made comments sort of unprompted a few weeks ago that he's going to take some time to reconsider 10 years with the organization if you include his time as an assistant coach. And those comments, I think, raised some people's attention, made people aware that the end might be near for him.
He was dropping hints, maybe. The Raptors' three leading scorers in points per game this year, Pascal Siakam, Van Fleet, and Gary Trent Jr., they could be gone soon. Van Fleet and Trent Jr. both have the option to move on in the season. So do you see this kind of change in the works?
I expect both of them to opt out of their contract, so they will head toward free agency. I think Fred will be back with the team next year. He's such an important player to the culture that this team has been building for years. Gary, I'm a little bit less sure about. I think the team will try and re-sign him, but I could see him parting ways. Siakam's still under contract, but if there's one player who could be traded this summer, he's probably my pick of the sort of best players on the team to get moved. I think his time in Toronto could be coming to an end in a deal.
What about culture change on the team? And I'm not talking about the way that the team moves and gels and sort of that kind of culture. I'm talking about like old players versus new players.
Yeah, it's complicated because you have this culture of the 30-year-olds, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, but you also have the next era with Scottie Barnes, the former reigning Rookie of the Year, coming up. So navigating those two eras and bringing them together, I think, is going to be complicated because Scottie's really young, and some of the older guys have already won a championship and are moving their way out of the league eventually.
Yeah. Okay, if you look at the top teams in the Eastern Conference, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Sixers, they're all teams that are anchored by these superstars. And it's pretty safe to say the Raptors need that. They need a bona fide superstar of their own if they want to compete. So who are the possibilities?
It's complicated because this team doesn't have a ton of flexibility to go out and get one of those guys. If you ask the team, they're going to tell you their hope is Scottie Barnes is that guy. But he's so young right now, he didn't take a big step forward this year, so it comes down to, can he become that guy in a few years? I don't think they're going to go out and sign a superstar or trade for a superstar this summer, but maybe down the road, either Scottie becomes that guy or they have better flexibility to go out and make that trade in a couple summers from now.
Okay, in your time covering the season and then ending with that press conference that had sort of Easter eggs, if you will, throughout it, what do you see happening this summer?
I could see the Raptors, as I said, making one big trade, but ultimately their flexibility is limited. So I think they bring back a pretty similar core, and they probably go out and make a coaching change and hope that that brings a better chemistry with the team, brings a better culture with the group. And next year, again, different coach, similar guys, maybe small changes here and there. And I think the Raptors will sort of be in this middle, and figuring their way out of the middle will be a difficult thing the organization will have to come up with.
And difficult thing for fans, too.
For sure.
Aaron, thanks. Good to have you here.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.